Yeah.
So the last thing, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all share the video. Make sure y'all subscribe to all the social media platforms. But this is the one we was talking about earlier. So I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Is pegging gay? If it's between a man and a woman. What the
yes, bro. Gay. Yes. Like, bro, like real talk said, what straight man really
Exactly.
Define straight.
Heterosexual.
Oh, thank you. Heterosexual.
Only,
do we agree?
Yes.
that enjoys intercourse
Okay.
with a woman.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay.
If straight is a heterosexual relationship, including one man and one woman,
Yes.
things that happen in their bedroom cannot be definitively gay.
Now I agree with you a little bit because this is a valid point. However, I think it's more context now because
it's a line, god dog. It's a line.
You can't do to me what I supposed to be doing to you. That's because if a man and a woman get together, it's only one process. I go in you. You don't come in me. You don't penetrate me. I penetrate you. So when you penetrate me, you're now flipping the roles to put me in the female, which it may not make me gay because it's still man and woman, but it removes my manhood by being the one that penetrates you because it's a process. A socket don't go on a plug. A plug go on a socket.
Right, but that is you choosing to feel emasculated, which is a fair feeling to choose.
Okay.
To be. Right, but the definition,
I agree with that.
it does not correlate with the act.
She got a point though, and this is the argument, but it still changes the dynamic because you're making me you penetrate me like I am a woman.
Okay.
So
man.
So let's say if I put on a wig and a dress, you telling me you're gonna perceive and treat me as a masculine man?
If you put on a wig and a dress,
and I still sleep with women. I ain't had none with no man, but I got on the dress and wig.
Controversial take. I don't believe people that do not have a sex change have changed genders. So you would just be a man in a wig.
But I'm gonna be homosexual.
That's what you would call yourself?
No, you can still look at me as a heterosexual male.
Are you dating men?
No.
Then you are still a man that's dating a woman.
It is.
Well, wig and hat and a dress.
I'm cross dressing, baby.
Yes, that's exactly what you are. You are a man in a wig and a dress.
Can you what you say?
But cross dressing I don't think that has anything to do with sexuality. Because that it's terms. There are specific terms for specific things.
Right.
Like sex and gender are two different things. Technically, scientifically, it's two different things.
Right.
Sex is what you were assigned at birth. Gender is man-made.
Personality, pretty much.
Correct. Right. So cross-dressing, because you have a lot of men that just like to cross-dress, or women that like to cross-dress, it doesn't mean that they're gay. They just like to cross-dress.
So if a man get pegged, he gay though.
I'm going with what you said. No.
You gonna say no?
Man, I ain't gonna do it though.
Okay,
I'm not gonna do it. That's not my cup of tea.
Dog.
What you gotta say, bro? Brad adamant about this.
Hell no, bro. Nah, that shit gay. Gay. Cause this is what it is, bro. Real talk. I think for dudes who do that jump, bro, I think they feel like, okay, it's still a woman. So because
so they try to bypass the lady.
Yeah. So because it's not an actual real phallic muscle going inside me. I can't consider myself gay, but it's just the thought of that you would allow a woman to put a strap on and penetrate you like a man would. And you gonna try to sit up here and say that you ain't gay, bro, or you ain't having no gay thoughts? Nah, my boy, you want that real deal, but you don't want to admit that you a homosexual, bro. Nah, dog, you gay, bro.
So hold on. So definitionally,
Find it. Thank you.
So I'm gonna go with Ashanti said definitionally, putting a strap on is not a pegging, right?
No, if you put a strap on and pegging, I'm gonna have to look up the definition.
Let's look
but
it up.
anytime that I've heard of pegging, it is always something smaller than what would be considered a dildo. It's not 9 inches or 12 inches or something like that.
What is pegging? Pegging, a sexual preference. So this on Wikipedia. I don't know if y'all allow Wikipedia. Pegging is an anal sex act in which a woman penetrates a man's anus with a strap-on dildo. See, I thought that's what pegging was too.
Yeah.
Pegging is another one right here. Pegging is an anal sex act in which a woman penetrates a man's anus with a strap-on dildo. Yeah, pegging. That's what I thought.
Man, bro, can you imagine like
he picking that now? Get the size. What size you got?
No,
what he telling me like,
what did that
I'm
nigga
gonna
say?
get the large. You got the small. Don't get the extra large.
What did that nigga say? Go get the glow in the dark one.
Yeah. Get the 3X.
Get the glow in the dark
can you
one.
imagine a chick wearing a strap on something? You better take this D, bro, to the dude.
Right.
Like, bro, what? No.
She coming there with them little, remember them little kitty baseball bats, the big yellow baseball bats. She coming over that bitch. Yeah, that's the one I want, baby. Yeah. What? Insane.
What the hell?
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, dog.
So I agree. I think that shit gay. But definitionally, again, it's a man and a woman.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whatever y'all do in y'all bedroom, just keep it between y'all. I think we need to go back. I think we need to go back to politics. We need to keep that in personal. And I think we need to keep what we do our sexuality personal. And I think we need to keep what we do relationally or with our sexual partners personal and private. Like, I don't think we need to be sharing the interwebs with what we do with people, how we do with people. And another thing, I get it, and I guess it's cool, but have y'all noticed, let's go back to the prep shit. Does it seem like we've been having a lot of videos when people come out saying their STD status or how they got herpes or how they got AIDS or how they got herpes, syphilis, and AIDS? Does it seem like some of those kind of are made for like content? Like, it's not a real thing. Like, have y'all noticed that?
It is sketchy and skitty. Like, I think it's shock jock.
What?
I haven't come across that.
These are people that just saying, yeah,
I know that sounds crazy.
I got 5. I got this.
No,
but
I think people are sharing
their
shit going on in their real ass life.
It's some of
Who
them.
was faking that they got AIDS or herpes?
No, it's some of them that are making it look. It's like they're trolling. Because when you look at it, is the camera is sitting up a certain way. It's like it's scripted almost.
Yeah,
but
yes, there are communities of people. I know someone that has contracted an STD that they cannot get rid of.
Yeah.
Right. And that person is going through a dark time. I was scrolling through trying to find channels and images and content for them to consume to see that your life is not going to be dictated because of this. There needs to be somebody with a whole setup sitting up here telling you how your life is going to be better. I don't know if y'all know anybody going through something like this, and it may be sensitive to me right now, but they get in low moments.
Yeah.
Low. I'm talking about contacting me recently that they were wanting to take their life. They need somebody with a camera set up talking about, hey, you gonna go through this, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be frustrated, you need to get into therapy, you need to get around a community of people in your city that are going through this so that you don't feel isolated, because I don't have what that person has, and there are people around that don't. And so when there are people that view this person, they think negative things, like, oh, you're going to be this way, and it makes them feel low, or like they have to try to hide. It needs to be some professional people sitting up there and talking about what they do. And so I don't take it as a joke.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm what said to my, because what it was this one particular video, they made sure they tied a rapper's name to it. So the dude was like, this such and such, because you know the video I'm talking about, he was in the car and he had the people in the back, and it just like the caption and everything, such and such cousin rapper saying
and the
he got this.
I'm gonna say this. The reason I say that, because we even know, like, you interviewed somebody on your podcast that was like, yeah, such and such gave me the herb and all this. We're come to find out that this person didn't give her the hurt.
And it's defamation.
It could be, but I'm just
It
saying.
is.
I'm not arguing if it is. I'm just saying, like, because it still got to, it still got to go to the legal process with it. They might not even care. I don't know, but I'm just saying. So we've seen things like that where people have come out to try to besmirch people's names or try to even go viral, because even when people say those type of things, that we can't act like people ain't doing things. Even when it comes to STD, we really had a whole challenge where people set themselves on fire. It was a whole channel where people setting themselves on fire. So to think that people getting on social media and say you got an STD, that's not really like far-fetched or not. And then, like I said, the ones we watch the videos, the comments, the shares, the virality of these videos, it's like people do anything.
So basically, you're saying like they're making it like a mockery of sorts, right?
Yeah, it seems like they're making a trolling kind of, and I'm not saying it's a good thing, because I think it's a horrible thing,
right?
Because I agree with Ashanti. I do think there should be people and advocates and people out here telling us, hey, don't do X, Y, and Z. Hey, this is how I landed here. I trusted this person. You could think you could trust this person, these type of people, and they come off as this and come off as that, knowing this. Like you said, I watched a video actually today where a woman talking about her husband in Atlanta gave her, HIV. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, even right. So, like I said, I agree. It should be advocates out there, but there are also times where it just seems like this is for clickbait.
Yeah.
And sometimes we all know people. We've all read people to know. Well, you can watch a video and you play. There's something about this one that just doesn't sit right. The story don't add up. The way that it feels don't add up. Some of them, you like, okay, I believe this person. So that's all I'm saying. I think we're going to see a rise in that. I think there are a lot of videos out there where people saying they do have ACDs and they be lying.
They have a stat out there with the kids. It's the kids that are getting, I think it was like, what, a 20-some% from 14 to what, 23?
So you talk about what?
With
STIs?
HIV specifically. Like, it's a spike.
Hold on. No, I did research with this. Okay, so not research, but I took a class on this. The age bracket that has the higher HIV, positive HIV status is like 16 to 20, young adult.
Like 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16, 25, something like that.
Yeah. In that space. So, but that it's so many layers to that. It's miseducation. It's people not knowing what's going on. Resources. Birmingham actually has, and I'm gonna plug this because I'm a social worker, so I'm gonna plug stuff. One of the best STI HIV clinics in the city right here. I don't know if y'all know that. Yeah. It's multiple. It's like 3.
The hub is one.
Yes, the hub.
The hub.
That's a part of BL, Birmingham AIDS Outreach, and they trying to change the name because saying the term AIDS is antiquated. Because AIDS is a form of HIV, so we need to start saying HIV instead of AIDS. Because a lot of people have HIV, and the people, AIDS. Yes, correct. So let's clear that up. That and STDs, because sexually transmitted disease sounds worse than sexually transmitted. Yes,
infection.
Yes, but that what was I going with that? What I said before?
We were talking about the age bracket because it was recent. It was like it went down to 14.
I believe,
but I can't. I forgot what area it was, but it was just showing the activity where they catching these people in school. They recording it, and that's how it's coming. The parents find out your daughter was over here, my son was, over here with you. Is a gang, like the going under the bleachers where it's four boys, is coercion. There's a bunch of different things that's playing into it, but what you're seeing is the age kicking back more and more and more because grandma and them coming down to, grandma playing and auntie playing the same dating games.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy about these ages is a lot of these kids are probably going to get it from somebody that's an adult.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like when you had it, you got to think about a lot of these people are getting open to all of these, and you be like, how did? Because I've seen stories where young girls have said, my first time I got a STD or HIV or whatever, my first time. Then you start to hear her story. It's like, yeah, the dude was like 22, 23. What?
Yeah.
You 14 years old. You shouldn't be talking about it at all. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. So you have a lot of these stories where a lot of these people, these young kids, they get these STDs from somebody that's a lot older than them or like a family member or somebody. So like I said, I'm not making light of it, but at the same time, I do think we're going to start seeing a lot more people just come out for the internet. Like I said, if I could go back and pull up the fire challenge and we see all these people set themselves on fire, I don't know why it would be far-fetched to believe that people would make up STD stores.
I think
I mean, I guess it's because like advocacy versus like trying to go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
people,
upset. I really hate to know that there's somebody that out there that would fake advocacy. That's just absolutely insane to me. It's ruining my mood.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, as a matter of fact, the girl was actually supposed to come on the podcast now. She from Alabama. She was supposed to be like an AIDS advocate. Come to find out she didn't have it. She was supposed to come on the podcast and talk about this.
So she was posing as if she was
and that she had a big following. She was talking to people, telling people how she had got through it, and a lot of people was following her, trying to figure out her story, what she was doing, because her biggest thing was she had it and she was still giving birth. So a lot of people was like, well, when you was giving birth, did your children have it? How did you maneuver that?
Right.
Did they shed? Because that's a big thing about people that have HIV. They wonder if the child is going to shed the immune system of the HIV.
Right.
So, and a lot of people like, well, you got these kids, what happened? Did they shed? And she's like, none of my kids got HIV, whoop, and all that. And so right in the time when I had asked her to come, she was going to come on the podcast. And when she didn't come, that's when she had like I went on the page, big blowback when people were trying to say, oh, she don't have it. She was bullshitting. It's because she had told somebody that she did it to build a following.
Well, I'm glad you didn't highlight her.
Right.
I'm glad her platform isn't highlighted.
If people knew I don't know if people know how serious HIV is and
It's
how
very.
it's so
the stigma
it can get
behind
really,
it.
Yeah, it's so it affects Black people the most. So I agree. That is asinine to me.
It is.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It had to get to the point where we made the show a little heavy at the end, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say this once again. Make sure who y'all having sex with, you trust them. Make sure y'all go get tested. Honestly, I don't know. We should make testing a first date.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
I think that's a good idea. Or it's a date.
Hey, you think so?
I think like people in like bigger cities, they actually be going like what's the thing? What's the little app called?
My chart. But see, people have been faking them.
You can't fake no login.
You can't, but I think people have been like taking pictures like somebody else's and try to act like
too hard.
They doctoring them up like they do the pay stubs.
Sit right here and pull that my chart up.
Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, log in on my phone. Log in on my phone real quick. Yeah, hit save when it's
they lying when they say they forgot their email or they locked out their email. They lying.
Reset that password.
Yeah, but like I said, this on the serious note, I know we talk about sex and we always want to promote safe sex. It seems like sex, and I always say it seems like sex is the root of a lot of people's problem and heartache, and from catching STDs to being attached to somebody, soul ties, abortion. You didn't want to have, you really love this person, but it was the good choice, or putting your health at risk because of sex, and now all of these different things, incest, being raped, all of these things are coming from sex. And like I said, sex could be a beautiful thing, but for the most part, sex is I don't want to say a weapon.
It is.
It's a weapon.
It is for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Heck yeah.
I don't know. Weapon feels like
it is, bro. It is. I mean, just like we brought up child slavery.
Yeah.
The Bible was used as a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it was, bro.
But I don't want to, because I feel like sex so natural. And now every time I think about like a weapon, most weapons that are used is typically to like self-defense.
Yeah.
Or to take somebody's life, right?
Yeah.
And typically, even in self-defense, they're gonna take somebody's life. But I think sex is supposed to have a more beautiful background.
And I'm with you, but people will sometimes abuse sex for a power trip.
Yeah, I guess so.
Either male or female. So I mean, it just depends on the user.
I guess I agree. But like I said, y'all just make sure y'all careful out there. I'm gonna let everybody. Anybody got anything else?
I was gonna plug back in about, once again, resources. We're gonna tell you to save. Let's tell them where to go.
Okay.
BAO, Birmingham AIDS Outreach. And this downtown now. Mm-hmm. It's funny because all the places are in the same vicinity.
Southside.
Like 5th Avenue. It's like right over there. But before you get to Avondale.
You ain't talking about the pyramid building.
It's BAO right here, Birmingham AIDS Outreach. Across the street is the 1917 clinic remake. So if you see the big UAB building, they have gender affirming care there. Anybody can walk in. You don't have to be like, it's like clinic. It has clinical aspects to it. Then you have Alabama AIDS outreach. So they're all Alabama AIDS. Yeah, it's all in the same vicinity. But you can get testing there for free. The health department, I don't know, because these new grants. Another conversation for another day. Anyways, but I know that these places do free testing, free condoms, all whatever you need, they have it, and they're all in the same vicinity, so you can't miss it. You can't tell me.
Don't they also administer PrEP? I think the hub does, right?
Yes. The hub is like a section of, I think, BAO.
Okay.
But there's stuff out there. Birmingham is one of the top. If you have these things in the South, in Alabama, it's one of the top places. People don't know that, but this is a spot. This the best place to be honest. So please use it, y'all. It's free.
You want to give your socials, and we're gonna take it out here. We're gonna go around the room.
Yes.
People find you. What that?
My Instagram is purely Ken. That's Ken with 3 N's. Just follow me on there. You can follow everything else there.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashanti. Catch me tomorrow from 6 to 8. I'll be down at Denim. Make sure you got your 80s, 90s, or 2000 outfit on. Ladies, always be a black cat.
That's
I really like that. I really like that too.
I
like
that.
that.
Don't be a golden retriever for another black cat. You're gonna end up looking crazy.
I like that.
And as always, when you raise a barrier of entry, you force the standard to rise.
I thoroughly enjoyed tonight's conversation. This was very insightful and
fun.
Yeah. But Legacy_made. We have the Terrific Treats 6-year anniversary celebration tomorrow at City Walk, and that's going to be from 12 to 5:30. Make sure you come out and support, shop, buy some things, and get ready to go to the dinner for the 80s and 90s party, which is going to be a blast. If you're in the area, check that out. But it's a lot of other parties. It's a busy day tomorrow and Monday on Cinco de Mayo. But also make sure you follow Legacy Room Vintage as have my suite coming together quite nicely. I'll be ready to open the doors for that, for you guys to come and shop and get your essentials. But thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Follow us on all social medias.
You all can follow me at Sir Bradley Ashton, all one word, on Instagram. Sir Bradley Ashton, all one word. And shout out to the New Normal Podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's the New Normal Podcast, and we gone. Peace.